Today I'm off to see the horror thriller sequel 28 Years Later, starring Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Ralph Fiennes and Alfie Williams. So, what's this movie about? 28 years after the rage virus escaped a medical research lab, survivors have found ways to exist amid the infected. One group lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a small, single, heavily defended causeway. When a father and son leave the island on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, they discover the secrets, wonders and horrors of the outside world. Excitement level, I've got to tell you, it's very, very high. This is my most anticipated movie of the year. I've always wanted a sequel to 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. Did you know it's 23 years since the original film, so it's nearly the same amount of years as the title. Also, I'm quite interested to see because this film is shot almost entirely on iPhone. Expectation. What with it having the same director, Danny Boyle, the same writer, Alex Garland, and the same cinematographer from the original movie, there's high hopes for this film. Also, the trailer does look really, really good. So I've got my snacks. I'm just about to go in and see the film, and I'll let you know my thoughts after the movie. So the film's just finished, so let's get into the highlights and hang-ups. First of all, let's go over the highlights. It was a very gripping movie. I really enjoyed the story. I like the way it progressed the story. You know, they really went into how 28 years later to see what is different, what's happened to the world. One thing this franchise is known for is its kills, its gore, its scare, and it certainly had that in abundance. I really liked what they did with the infected. They showed they'd gone through like an evolution. You saw different types of infected. Slower ones and faster ones and stronger ones. I liked what the movie did in terms of how it showed how people that weren't infected, how they're living today and how they cope with living with the infected. That was really interesting the way they explored that. Some of the kills in the movie are full-on gruesome, so just to warn you about that. Hang-ups. I don't really have many problems with this movie, if any at all. The one thing that if you'd watched the first one and the second one, you might find it quite jarring to watch this one because of how different it is. Sometimes you could be seeing something happen and then the music almost feels like it takes you out of it a little bit, especially I think on a first watch. With that in mind, because the other ones don't do that, it can, like I said, seem a little jarring. For me, I liked it, but I could see how some people may not like that part of it. Final rating. I give this film a strong recommend. I really enjoyed it. I think it fits really nicely with the other two. Of course, it's very different from the other two, but that's why it fits nicely with the other two, because it's not a retread of those. So overall, I'm going to give this a full 5 stars out of 5. So if you enjoyed this review and you found it helpful, please do click the subscribe button. The more people that actually subscribe and follow along, it shows me that I've got an audience, which means I'm going to spend more time making these videos just for you. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.